Hi guys, this is Blessing Njoh, also known as Mrs. Ejim. It feels quite good to be back. I have been away for a while now, and what even makes today's video so exciting for me is that I am joined by this marvelous, beautiful lady. Introduce yourself to those.
I'm Chenay. I'm a makeup artist and a Blessing's friend.
Yes.
We met in Albania, didn't we? And ever since then, she's just been making me laugh. So
it's actually crazy because we only met like what, 5 months ago?
Yeah, we met in October.
Yes, and here we are today sitting together in the Netherlands. And yes, so last week, no, I think a few days ago, we did a video together, a live video on Facebook, and I kind of like just felt so relaxed having her, you know, to really co-host with me, well, if you can call it co-hosting. So I invited her to join me again today, and today we're just going to be talking about random topics, like talking about a few controversial things. The first thing I want to talk about is the fact that footballers earn so much money, especially male footballers. Like, what they earn in a year, I would have to work 10 years of my life to be able to even make maybe 10% of what they make. And I'm wondering if that even makes any sense.
Do you know what? This has been like a discussion for a long time because, like, especially in London, we love our football. Like, we love our football. I don't love the football, but we love the football. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think it's just genuinely because they bring in so many fucking views. So many views. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's that. That's the reason why there's so much. Because, I mean, look at the women. It's not just because they're women, but they don't bring in as much views. People don't watch the women's football as much as they do the men.
So basically, it's because of the amount of money they bring in from ticket sales and the fact that they get lots of people, lots of, you know, a huge audience.
Yeah.
In comparison to the female football industry, and that is why so many people are now complaining and thinking, or rather saying that it is not fair that their male counterparts are making much more money than them. So the next topic we're going to be delving into is genetically modified food. Are they dangerous to our health?
See, now, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, as you say. So I don't believe in the genetically modified foods. I feel like, obviously, there's an agenda to the reason why they modify it. And it's just funny how, like, certain foods coincidentally fuck you up in the future kind of thing, and they mess up your health. So to kind of go into it but not go into it, I don't believe in it. I really don't.
And what exactly don't you believe?
Like, for example, see, like, grapes, like, you get like seedless grapes, and bananas, you get like seedless bananas. That's not natural.
But bananas are seedless.
Bananas aren't seedless. Bananas are meant to have seeds in them.
What kind of seeds?
Like, they're black seeds. I can't even get. Let me even get
banana. I've always known bananas to be white and just fresh.
That's genetic modified. Even the shape of the banana. The banana is meant to be more curved and it's straighter now. Let me show you. Seeds.
Okay.
Of banana.
But I grew up in Africa, and I don't think the bananas there are even.
Yeah. See, and even you see the brown bits here. That's where the seeds are meant to be.
Yeah, but you don't feel they're not like hard seeds.
That's what it's meant to look like. It's still a seed. That's what it's meant to look like. But you get banana.
Yeah, but they are not chewable. It's not something you can chew and feel you're chewing. They are not seeds like groundnuts. Do you know what I mean?
No, but they're like actual seeds. No, but they're like actual seeds. Like, bananas are meant to have seeds in them, like, for real. They're not meant to look like all white like that.
But maybe this is a different species of bananas.
No, it's genetically modified. Bananas are meant to have seeds in them in general. Every fruit is meant to have seeds in them, because how is it gonna, you know, reproduce? Do you get what I mean?
All right, so I just got a banana, and we're gonna see what it looks like in the inside, on the inside.
See? What is that? It looks like chalk. That is not what a banana's meant to look like. Where are the seeds? Because you see, like, even like as every day goes by, the less and less you see anything in. And they say that it's for the convenience and for you to be comfortable when people just, you know, the seeds are just a major inconvenience. No, they're not. Like, it's actually natural.
No, the light is not letting me show it well.
Bananas are actually meant to have seeds in them. Like fruit is meant to have, I mean, like even with the meat, they put like so many chemicals just to supply the demand. Why are we eating chemicals? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? Like, you know, when you sit down and you actually think about, okay, but what am I actually digesting? Chemicals and all of this to make the animal grow faster, to supply the demand. That's not right. I'm not meant to be eating that.
Yeah, but sometimes it's inevitable. For example, we have all these insecticides that are sprayed on fruits, for example, and they keep animals away. Otherwise, you're going to have all these parasites eating up the plants. So at the end of the day, we're not going to get food.
But there's natural ways to do that.
And those are?
Let me look at that. Citrus oil, cayenne pepper, salt spray, eucalyptus oil, onion and garlic spray, chrysanthemum flower tea, mineral oil, neem oil.
Yeah.
And this is what they used to use in ancient times to like preserve the food.
Yeah, so I believe there must be a reason why they choose to use chemical insecticides, probably because they are more accessible, cheaper than those other natural products you just mentioned.
But us as humans, we shouldn't be eating chemicals like the pesticides that should not be entering our body at all.
Yeah, but maybe they are not harmful. I don't think they're going to let us consume.
I believe that. I believe that they will allow you to consume what's harmful.
But we are still here. And we still live here. We still live long. Like, how do you say, mortality rate?
But there's more cancer rates and like weird shit going on, don't you think?
Do you know, I don't really believe that, because with the advancement in medicine now, we kind of like tend to be able to detect or to be able to diagnose cancer. I'm gonna use myself for example. I grew up in Africa, and many times people die and we don't even know, or we didn't used to know the reason why they died. And now it's very easy to kind of like go for a test and go for a checkup and discover that you have cancer. So the fact that we know we have the numbers now more readily at hand doesn't mean that the situation has not always been that way. It's just that we have more, facilities to really discover what we have.
I feel like we wouldn't need as like much facilities if we wasn't getting so many cancer rates. Like it's on an increase. Like it's literally on an increase. Like every year it just goes up and up and up, and it's the food we're eating directly, and it's the things that they're spraying in the air, the water that we're drinking. Like it directly affects us and the cancer rates and just weird shit.
Okay, so next topic is obesity. Is it a disease or just a condition?
It's a touchy subject. When it comes to obesity, I feel like just with the current climate that we live in as well, we're not being truthful with ourselves just because we're afraid of, harming people's feelings. But I feel like we need to be genuinely real. I'm all for body positivity. I think we should definitely embrace the skin that we're in, how we are, who we are. Beauty is, multifaceted. It's not just one standard of beauty and it goes for all. Definitely not. But we do need to understand that health is wealth, and that,
But is it?
We need to be healthy.
Yeah.
This is all I'm saying, is that we need to promote health, because we're not talking about just being, a little bit bigger, a little bit fluffy, a little bit thicker. We're talking about obesity. What comes, and it's the same with, being anorexic, being super, super skinny. There's health effects to that, and there's health effects to being, really obese. Diabetes comes with it, joint pains and things like that.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I might be wrong though, but I think hereditary plays a role in obesity sometimes, that it could be based on genetics.
I mean, yeah, metabolism, if your metabolism's, a bit faster, if it's slower, if your body's, is capable of breaking it down faster, 100%. But I feel like as a society, we should just promote being healthy, however that being, eating right and being active,
Yeah, I also think parents have a lot of role to play in that, because once you start raising your kids, and what do you start to feed them with right from a very early age is what they grow up with, is what they get used to. If you start to feed your kids with tea with about 3, 4, 5 spoons of sugar, they are not going to have any less than that. It's only going to get worse, and they would always want more. So try to, in fact, I would suggest that when you're giving your kids tea or anything to drink at all, do not add any sweetener, like nothing at all. Let them grow to discover these things and try to moderate it.
Yeah, being super skinny isn't good, being super obese isn't good. We need to find a balance, and I feel like we need to stick with that balance.
So it's not a disease. Guys, drop your comment if you think. Just let me know what you think. Okay, so the next topic is whether or not prenuptial agreements make families stronger. Do you believe in prenups?
I believe in prenups.
And why? Why so?
Because, say for example, when it comes to, you know, what you've worked hard for all your life, and say someone just comes in, you know, like, let's be real, especially in this society nowadays, you don't know if people are coming or going, if they're staying or whatever. If I've worked my whole life for something and somebody can come along, marry me and divorce me straight away, and they can take all of that away from me or half of it, what's that about?
No, I don't believe in prenup, because for me, if you're not 100% sure of the person, then don't even get married in the first place.
But can you be entirely sure? Because people really do paint themselves out to be someone, and people are good actors and good liars. They really are, especially nowadays. It's hard to tell the difference between somebody that's going to be genuinely there and isn't. Like, it's hard.
Yeah, I know. And I know that, of course, prenups are a way to protect yourself and your assets. But on the other hand, when you're starting a relationship or even a marriage with documents, okay, you have to sign, and whatever happens, if anything happens, then what is mine is mine, what is yours is yours. So you're already going into that marriage with, like, you know.
It does kind of go against it a little bit, doesn't it? A little bit, like, obviously you go in there, you want to share and this, that, and everything, but that's on the basis that you're going to be together forever.
Yeah.
And I just feel like with this climate of, you know, how we are, just people, I don't think togetherness is even a thing.
No.
People are just readily having people by the side ready for you to fuck up. If you fuck up, I've got somebody right there ready to take your place. Like,
yeah, on the one hand, it's quite understandable. So I'll just suggest that you do what you feel most comfortable with, you know.
There we go.
So we can agree to disagree on that one.